Sergio Busquets, now renewed with Barcelona, marks the end of an era. The greatest center defensive mid of our generation, and one of the last people remaining from Barcelona's iconic tiki-taka era under Pep Guardiola. In this video, I really want to explore Busquets' game, why his skill set makes him one of the most unique players we've ever seen, and why he's irreplaceable, and why genuinely I believe he is the best center defensive mid of all time. When we talk about the greatest center defensive mids of all time, or what makes a good center defensive mid, everybody automatically associates it with somebody who's incredibly fast, strong, and puts in these crunching tackles. But Sergio Busquets did not have any of these skill sets. In fact, he wasn't the fastest nor the strongest guy, but his IQ and composure, along with his incredible technical ability, is exactly why he redefined the role and became 1/3 of the most successful trio midfield we've ever seen. I mean, there's a reason that this guy was part of the Spain national team that won the World Cup and the Euros, as well as winning everything there is to win domestically, playing right in behind Xavi and Iniesta. He was able to use his lanky legs to win the ball back. Sure, he doesn't go into a tackle the way Roy Keane would or Casemiro does, but he didn't need to. He won the ball in a different way. He used his ability to look at the game and cut passing lanes in order to intercept the ball just at the right time. And that's what made him so successful. On top of that, he was so press resistant. I mean, you could not get the ball off of him. There's clips of him surrounded by 5 players and he'll do a quick Cruyff turn or turn in the other way. It's like he had eyes in the back of his head. And that's what allowed him to play out from the back so easily. There's so many center defensive mids like Casemiro who are great at winning the ball back, maybe even better than Sergio Busquets. But when they do have the ball at their feet, they are not able to create the way he was. For him to get out of the press with one pass or get the ball in between 2 players and find the person that was perfectly open to initiate a counterattack, that's what made him successful. And even when you look at the modern day, someone like a Roger or Fabinho, nobody can do it at the level that Busquets was. Not only is Sergio Busquets a Barcelona legend, but he's the epitome of what Barca stood for. A face for the tiki-taka era and the calm and coolness in possession that Barcelona embodies as a football club. He revolutionized the role. No longer was success associated with somebody that could make a crunching 2-foot tackle, but rather somebody that played at his own speed, played with composure, somebody that became the benchmark for what your ideal center defensive mid will look like, because any manager would love to have a player like Busquets who the center back can just pass the ball to and you know that he won't lose possession. It gives you a sense of control and tempo in the game that, once again, it requires a generational talent to be able to pull off. Youth players and football academies everywhere will be looking at Busquets' game and trying to teach their players how to play that role to perfection. I don't like to talk about individual accolades or team trophies in general when looking at the talents of a player, because I think the eye test, watching him week in, week out, will tell you all you need to know. But Sergio Busquets has a Hall of Fame locker cabinet. I mean, he is one of the best trophy cabinets you'll ever see. He's won everything there is to win, both at the international and domestic level. I mean, he has a World Cup win. He has a Euro win with Spain. He's won 2 trebles as a key part of Barcelona's team. It's not like he just rode the bench. He was at the heart of the midfield, both for the 2011 treble and the 2015 one. He's won La Liga titles. He's been in multiple team of the seasons. He's been in UEFA's team of the years. I mean, this guy is incredible. And then you want to talk about longevity. He's been playing at the highest of levels since the age of 20. I mean, he was the reason that Yaya Toure, an incredible midfielder, was pushed to center back. Same thing with Javier Mascherano, somebody who was so excellent for Liverpool at the center defensive spot. Pep ended up playing him center back just because Busquets was that good. And you even look at the modern day Barcelona team. Sure, Busquets' drop-off has been a bit noticeable in the past few years, but he's going to be one of the toughest players to replace because, again, not many players have his skill set to be able to dictate the tempo, to find the right passes, but also defensively make the right interceptions. There's not many players in world football that can do what Busquets was doing. 3 Champions Leagues, 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 8 La Ligas, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 7 Copa del Reys, and 7 Spanish Super Cups. A player that played at his own speed, a true one-of-a-kind generational talent, Sergio Busquets, the greatest center defensive mid of all time.